Good morning, children. Today we uh, continue the chapter metals and non-metals. Okay. And the topic is the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. And the first is reaction with oxygen. Yes. Both metals and non-metals react with oxygen to form their respective oxides. मेटल्स और नॉन मेटल्स दोनों ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्ट करके उनके ऑक्साइड्स बनाते हैं. Whereas the metals form the basic oxide, और metals जो होते हैं वो basic oxide बनाते हैं, and the non metals form the acidic oxide, और non metals जो acidic oxide बनाते हैं. Basic oxide turn red litmus paper blue, and acid oxide turn blue litmus paper red. Okay, so the first is metal. Metal like sodium react with the atmospheric oxygen spontaneously even at room temperature. Okay. Okay, metals react with oxygen to form the metal oxide, that is basic oxide, and the metals like sodium, potassium combine rapidly with oxygen, and many times they catch fire when exposed to air. Okay, so prevent this, sodium is stored in kerosene oil. Okay, 2Na plus O2, Na means sodium, O2 means oxygen, and they combine to form the sodium oxide, 2Na2O. And the other is 2K plus O2 is equal to 2K2O. And there are another elements which react with oxygen to form their oxide, and the first is copper, 2Cu plus O2 is equal to 2CuO. Okay, and the reaction of the non-metals with oxygen, non-metals like carbon burn in air to form the carbon dioxide metal, and the metal is react with oxygen to form the non-metallic oxide. Okay. Carbon react with oxygen to form the carbon dioxide, which is acidic in nature, and on treating with the blue litmus paper, it turns litmus paper red. Carbon plus oxygen is equal to carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide dissolve in water to form the carbonic acid, and that is the carbonic acid means H2CO3. So CO2 plus H2O is equal to H2CO3. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड पानी के साथ घुल करके कार्बोनिक एसिड बनाते हैं, एंड द फॉर्मूला ऑफ द कार्बोनिक एसिड इज H2CO3. Okay. Reaction with water. Metals react with water differently, showing that different metals have different reactivity. Means अलग अलग metals जो होते हैं वो अलग अलग तरह की reactivity को show करते हैं. Sodium, potassium and calcium react vigorously even with cold water and giving off a lot of heat. पोटेशियम है, सोडियम है, ये सब ठंडे पानी के साथ भी रिएक्ट करते हैं, और heat को a lot of heat is given off. Okay, and the first is 2CO 2Na plus H2O is equal to 2NaOH plus H2O. मीन्स जब सोडियम पानी के साथ रिएक्ट करता है तो वो सोडियम हाइड्रोक्साइड बनाता है, और H2 मीन्स हाइड्रोजन गैस लिबरेट होती है. And another formula, that is 2K plus H2O is equal to 2K OH plus H2O. Okay. Magnesium react with cold water to produce hydroxide and hydrogen. Mg plus 2s2o is equal to MgOH का twice plus H2O. हाइड्रोजन गैस लिबरेट होती है जब मेटल पानी के साथ रिएक्ट करता है. ओके लेकिन जब इसको हाई टेम्परेचर पर मैग्नीशियम को हम लोग पानी के साथ रिएक्ट कराते हैं तो वो मैग्नीशियम हाइड्रोक्साइड बनाती है और हाइड्रोजन गैस लिबरेट करती है. इसके साथ ही साथ जो कॉपर सिल्वर गोल्ड जो है ये पानी के साथ ज़्यादा रिएक्ट नहीं करते. ओके एंड द नॉन मेटल्स डू नॉट रिएक्ट विद वाटर. ओके and generally non-metals do not react with water. In fact, some non-metals are very reactive, are kept in water. This protect them from the influence of air. For example, phosphorus. Phosphorus is very reactive. It catch fire as soon as it come in contact with air, that is combined with oxygen of air. So in order to protect phosphorus from coming in contact with air, it is stored in water. Okay, and then reaction with chlorine. Okay, chlorine has the 7 electrons in their valency shell. Chlorine atoms gain electron to form anion. Okay. Okay, 2Na plus Cl2 is equal to 2NaCl, that is sodium chloride, which is in the form of salt. And the non-metals by sharing electron with the chlorine to form the covalent chlorides C plus C, that is carbon, and 2Cl2 is equal to CCl4, carbon tetrachloride. And another example is H2 plus Cl2 is equal to 2HCl. HCl means hydrochloric acid. And the reaction with hydrogen, only the some reactive metals like sodium, potassium and calcium react with hydrogen to form the electrovalent hydrides, and that is a 2Na plus H2 is equal to 2NaH, and that is the sodium hydroxide. Another example is 2K plus H2 is equal to 2KH. Okay, and the some condition non-metals react with hydrogen to give hydroxide. Okay. Reaction with acid. Metals react with acid to form the corresponding metal salt and hydrogen gas. Different metals react differently with acid. Metals like sodium and potassium are very reactive, so they react violently. The reaction is slowly for less reactive metals. On the other hand, copper, silver, gold do not react with acid. Majority of the non-metals do not show any reaction with acid. Sulfur react with hot concentrated nitric acid. The product forms are the sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and water. Okay. Okay, and example, that is the Fe means iron, and they combined with the copper, that is combined with the copper sulfate to form the copper. Okay, any metal that can be replace some of the other metal, it is very reactivity series. Okay, another example is Mg plus CuSO4 is equal to MgSO4 plus copper. Okay, The reaction in which a metal displaces the some other metals from the solution in its salt, it is called the displacement reaction. Okay, classification of metals. Classification can be classified by the two groups, and that is the ferrous metal and the non-ferrous metal. And the ferrous metals are the iron and steels are included in this group, and the second one is non-ferrous metals. They are also subdivided into some categories, and that is the first is heavy metals. Some metals are heavy. They include the lead, mercury, copper, silver, gold, platinum, etc. And the second is light metal. Light metals. Okay, light metals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminium, etc. are included in this group. And the third is protective metals. These included protective metals, and that included chromium, nickel, zinc, tin, etc. And the second and the after that the noble metals. These included the gold, silver, platinum, etc. Rare metals. These included the silicons, beryllium, and the strontium. Okay, the radioactive metals. They are the radium, uranium, thorium, etc. And the last topic is the purity of gold. Okay, a gold is an inactive metals. Its luster lasts long and it's used to make jewelry. इसको ज्वेलरी बनाने में यूज़ किया जाता है और ये इनएक्टिव मेटल्स है. प्योर गोल्ड इज सॉफ्ट. To make it is a little harder. Metals like copper, silver, or the brass are mixed in it in a certain ratio. Okay, the purity of gold is measured in carat. 24 carat gold is considered 100% pure gold, and the 22 carat gold has a 92% pure gold and the 8% impurities.